Before we get into it, you can get 10% off all the games in this list, plus many more. Just check out the description below. There's a link to a spreadsheet that contains all my 10% off affiliate links. Click on those links to earn yourself 10% off. And if you're after a Quest 3 or a Quest 3S, just use my link to purchase one and you'll get an extra $30 in free Quest cash. Now the Meta Quest 3 is well and truly here. It's been around for a little while now and it's pushing VR visuals to the next level. From jaw-dropping realism to beautifully immersive environments, some games are truly showing off just what this headset can do. So whether you're stepping into cinematic battles or just soaking in the atmosphere, these visuals are guaranteed to impress. So let's dive in. Here are my top 10 best game visuals you can experience right now on your Meta Quest 3. So Red Matter 2 is set in a striking dystopian sci-fi world. It's a puzzle game that features some real breathtaking environments, from derelict space stations to cold lunar landscapes. Red Matter 2 is definitely one of the most visually striking games you can get for the Meta Quest 3. It's built on a heavily modified version of the Unreal Engine, and some of the footage you're about to see here compares the Quest 3's enhanced version to the Meta Quest 2. There are a ton of updates you will see with the Quest 3 that includes dynamic screen resolution upgrades, 4K textures, 8x anisotropic filtering, as well as dynamic shadows. And it has achieved industry recognition, recognizing it for its groundbreaking visuals. It's achieved the Immersive Reality Game of the Year, as well as the Immersive Reality Technical Achievement Award. So Red Matter 2 really delivers a next-gen VR experience in standalone format and sets a new gold standard for virtual reality visuals. It's also a fantastic puzzle game, a little bit short, about 3 to 4 hours long, but most games of this type are. And if you're after a great game, but one that is also a benchmark in what standalone VR graphics can look like, then look no further than Red Matter 2. And if epic puzzle adventures like Red Matter 2 is what you're after, then Ghost Town is also well worth a look in. Ghost Town is a masterclass in visual storytelling on the Meta Quest 3. Every setting, every texture, every flickering shadow is deliberately crafted to immerse you in this eerie 1980s setting that's just dripping with nostalgia. Now the footage you're seeing here has been taken from a full playthrough I did that you can find on my channel, so if you're interested you can check out the full playthrough. I also did a review of this game you can check out, I'll link that above too. And I'm in Edith's flat here, checking it out, and you can see the environment design and the lighting is really on point. There's not much you can interact with in the environments apart from the puzzles, but visually it's quite stunning. And same as Red Matter 2, this game is on the shorter side. It took me about 3.5 hours to clock. But don't let that put you off, because visuals aside, this is one of my favourite puzzle games on the Quest. The game runs as smooth as butter, the controls are very intuitive, and the puzzles are super tactile and feel so satisfying to solve. So you've heard that saying, never judge a book by its cover. Well, in this case you can. The game not only looks amazing, but offers great gameplay too. Now looking at this footage, you'll be forgiven for thinking that this is not a game I'm showing you on screen right now, but it is. Real VR Fishing is a game that really blurs the line between what's real and what's virtual. It has photorealistic environments. The visuals are so convincing you'll sometimes forget you're actually wearing a VR headset. It will transport you to tranquil lakes, sunlit coastal waters and lush riverbanks across Korea, the US and Japan. But this game is more than just eye candy. It does create a powerful emotional escape and a sense of freedom. And with the game itself you get 40 scenic locations, 300 plus fish species to catch and collect, an aquarium you can build, you can stream your favourite music and play solo or with friends. If you're interested in seeing more of the awesome visuals that Real VR can offer, I'd recommend checking out their YouTube channel. They have a 360-degree video that you can experience in VR mode that shows off their latest Europe DLC pack. Another visually stunning game that features a lot of water is WHITEWATER VR. It delivers a beautifully immersive whitewater kayaking experience that really visually lives up to the hype. The water physics are a standout. You get whirlpools, eddies and flowing currents that behave just as you expect, adding realism and excitement to each course. And of course, as you can see by the footage, the environments are richly detailed, from jungle rivers with ancient ruins to scenic canyons, offering breathtaking photorealistic views. There are 5 beautiful handcrafted photorealistic locations to explore, where you need to race against the clock and conquer the elements in each environment. So while the gameplay could perhaps benefit from a bit more content, The visual fidelity on display here is unquestionable. And so whether you're navigating tight turns or just drifting through the lush scenery, WhITEWATER VR really feels like a true escape into the wild. And while we're on the subject of photorealistic environments, we also have BRINK Traveller. It's not really a game as much as it is an app, an adventure app that's also about learning. It offers one of the most visually impressive travel experiences available in VR today. What makes it so impressive is that it's built using high quality volumetric photogrammetry, which gives you the photorealistic real world destinations that you're seeing on your screen right now. It has 48 incredible 3D immersive environments to explore. You can travel solo or with friends and family in the multiplayer mode, and you have a virtual travel guide so you get to learn about the locations as you go. The app also features an AI travel assistant to help answer your questions.
I am Julie, a virtual travel assistant. I'm here to provide information and assist you during your virtual reality travel experience.
It's designed as a relaxing educational escape that lets you explore at your own pace. It's the perfect way to introduce someone new to VR and blow their mind by the visuals that the standalone Quest is capable of. Another great feature is there's no complex controls, no motion sickness, just pure immersive sightseeing. And while the walkable areas are somewhat limited in size, I think the visual fidelity on display here and the sense of presence you get just more than make up for it. Next on my list is a game that I haven't seen appear on many other lists, but I think it deserves to be on my top 10 here. This is UNDEAD CITADEL. Delivers a visually stunning VR experience, particularly on the Quest 3. So on the Quest 3 you get real-time shadows, improved global illumination and enhanced draw distances, which create a world that's both atmospheric and expansive, while higher texture resolution, vivid color correction and realistic reflections brings all the details to life. And beyond the visuals, this is quite a good 100% physics-based combat game. And now we move on to Asgard's Wrath 2, a role-playing action-adventure that's absolutely epic in scale. It's about 50 plus hours of gameplay here, so easily one of the biggest games on the Quest. And one of the best. It has also got the Quest 3 enhancement treatment, and Meta for some reason hasn't really published this too much. What you're seeing here is footage that I put together myself comparing the Quest 2 with the Quest 3. But as you can see, when I'm freezing frames in certain areas, the visual upgrades are definitely noticeable. The enhancements include improved textures, larger enemy and character models, and other graphical improvements tailored for the Meta Quest 3. The update also offers two graphic options. There's a 90Hz mode that's now available on the Quest 3, as well as enhanced rendering features, which basically increases resolution and improves the level of detail. However, enabling the enhanced rendering features does disable the 90Hz mode just to maintain performance. So Asgard's Wrath 2 is not only one of the best visual games out there, but I would say one of the best games on the Quest, and one of those must-own titles. And speaking of must-own titles, I'd also add Assassin's Creed NEXUS in there too. So thanks to Meta's advanced rendering technique, application Space Warp is what it's called, the game achieves ultra crisp visuals and smooth performance by rendering at just 45 frames per second, while generating every second frame artificially to hit a steady 90 frames per second. And what this allows Ubisoft to do is render expansive, highly detailed cities at a resolution of 2163 by 2288 pixels per eye, which surpasses even the native resolution of the Quest 3 display. So this technical breakthrough really brings Assassin's Creed iconic gameplay to mobile VR like never before. What you get here is a full-length AAA experience, combines all the parkour, stealth and visceral combat action you love from the Assassin's Creed franchise, and brings it to standalone VR across these epic open maps that feel both vast and richly alive. I really do see Assassin's Creed NEXUS as being one of those VR milestones that proves standalone headsets like the Quest 3 can truly deliver next-gen gaming experiences. HUBRIS is another striking example of how standalone VR can deliver quality AAA visuals. This is a sci-fi action adventure, and the Quest 3 edition now boasts screen resolutions reaching up to 2064 by 2208 pixels per eye, which surpasses the Quest 2's 980 by 1152 pixels per eye. This increase in resolution is very apparent on screen. As you can see, it contributes to much sharper, much more detailed visuals and enhances the overall immersive experience. On the Quest 3, you've also got improved texture quality, increased foliage density, and enhanced environmental detailing. This all makes for some real lush alien landscapes to immerse yourself in, as well as vibrant underwater scenes that were previously less detailed on the Quest 2. On the gameplay side of things, HUBRIS not only features outstanding visuals, but has polished traversal and movement mechanics, making the most of things like swimming, climbing and platforming, which feels quite fluid in this game, as well as some solid gunplay action. The story is a little shallow, gameplay a tad repetitive, and the game is a bit on the shorter side at about 5, 6, maybe 7 hours long, depending on how fast you can get through it. And if you're looking for a visually stunning, albeit short, sci-fi VR experience, especially one that's going to showcase the power of the Quest 3, then HUBRIS is worth playing. And finally, last but not least, we have Batman Arkham Shadow. Now, I'm not going to show you side-by-side footage of Quest 2 versus this game on the Quest 3, simply because this game doesn't run on the Quest 2. It's only available for the Meta Quest 3 and 3S. And I imagine the reason is because it has a high-fidelity, bold visual style that can only be delivered using the power of the Quest 3. It delivers the gritty, atmospheric Gotham that we all know and love with cutting edge fidelity. This game is built from the ground up for the Quest 3 and it showcases sweeping cityscapes dense with texture and detail like I just haven't seen before. It has illuminated dynamic lighting that reacts in real time to every movement. That means you're going to see every flicker of a neon sign in a rain-soaked alley, or Batman Shadow as he glides across rooftops. The visual presentation is to the point of just being cinematic. This game will take you about 9 hours to complete, and I've completed the game now twice, so it's safe to say this is one of my favourite games on the Quest 3, and it's not just because of the visuals, but the gameplay is also on point. As a fan of the Batman Arkham series, this game is a fantastic translation of everything that makes it great, including the brilliant combat system that makes every punch, cape swoop and gadget deployment feel true to the legacy of the Arkham series. Batman Arkham Shadow really does deliver in crafting a VR superhero experience that's both visually spectacular with groundbreaking gameplay to boot. And before I finish the video, I do realise there's a few other titles definitely that could have been in this list, such as In Death Unchained, or Metro Awakening, or Behemoth, just to name a few. It was really hard to put this list together, but these are my personal 10 favourites. I think I've done a decent job at justifying why they belong in this list and what games you would have included yourself. I'd love to hear from you in the comment section below. As always, remember, if you have liked the video, a thumbs up and a subscription will go a long way. Thank you for watching. As always, that's it from me for now, and I'll hopefully see you in the next one.